Okay, now I guess we're live.
Hey, we're live.
All right. So, okay. So this is Khiana and Brett, our conversation about the advantages and disadvantages of using technology to monitor student behavior. So, Brett, what did you find were some of the advantages?
Of Class Dojo itself.
Or just as far as
Um,
just using technology? Just
oh,
the
and using
technology.
technology in general. Well, I think it's a great way of storing information about what's happening in class, and it's also really good to be able to connect with parents, particularly because I believe, I think we all know they have such a huge influence on students' behaviour. So to be able to connect with them easily is really great. Whether the technology actually allows you to do that is another question. But yeah, I think there's sort of some of the main points I'd say.
Do
How
you
about
find
you?
any? Well, I find like it's really good in the sense of like with Class Dojo in some sense. I know that's not the only one, but you can kind of tailor it to the behaviors, the specific behaviors that you have in your class. So it's not limited to like certain behaviors that may not apply to your classroom. So I think that was kind of good, and I think it kind of gives immediate feedback of the behaviors that you don't want in your class and
Mm,
and then it kind of gives you that data on as far as what the students are doing in class, and you kind of have a backup. Like if the students were engaging in certain kind of behaviors, you can kind of go back and look and see when it happened and like what time it happened and things like that. Because sometimes you don't remember those things, so I think having that on record is really awesome. And then I guess you can kind of track like how frequent the behavior is as far as any negative behaviors. So I think it's a really
yeah,
good, and then like you said, with the parents having it allows the parents to get involved and see like what kind of behaviors their child is engaging in the class. So
yeah,
those
yeah,
were
yeah.
it's really positive. I think when they see that they are engaging in positive behaviors, that encourages them to want to do better. I think.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So is that just general, or is that about Class Dojo itself?
Just about just using technology to
Mm,
monitor behavior.
mm,
So in regards to, I mean, not just class dojo, but I mean, just overall, I think is great. And I guess the
yeah.
only disadvantages that like people might say about using that is just like as far as the intrinsic motivation, it kind of takes away from that. Like the students are trying to like feel like they have to gain something in order to learn or to succeed. And and
Mm,
I think some things is it makes it kind of competitive, especially with like class dojo with the points. So and I think sometimes like students might argue over the points like, oh well, they didn't deserve it, or they it could kind of take some focus off of the of what they're supposed to be learning. And um and I think also I think maybe it might take some time to like actually go on there and like okay, see which student is doing it, and then you have to like I think it
yeah,
takes away from the instruction a little bit when you have to stop and like give points and like do things. So I think that could kind of take away from learning when you have to like stop to do those things or like to give them the points or be
that's
honest.
true. That's true. That's true. Yeah, a little less fluid.
Yeah.
Mm, mm,
So but you said as far as with class dojo, what did you like about that?
Well, I mean, it's interesting because I mean, a lot of the points that we just touched on, are all of the things that I, would agree that Class Dojo has. Like your ability to monitor the entire class, to put them into small groups, to randomly generate, a name or something, to be able to give positive feedback as well as negative feedback. I think that comes into that debate of whether giving negative feedback at all is something that a teacher might want to do, but it has that capacity, and you can, as you said, customize it. So as a class, if you come up with specific skills and goals and things that you want to work on as a class or as individuals, you can do that. And so I found that Class Dojo in general really good for incorporating all of those things.
Yeah, I think so too. I really like the it's free, and
Yeah, that's right. It's good.
yeah, as far as on teacher salaries, there's only so much things that you can like, try to buy on your own.
Yeah,
But as far as I really like that you can do it individually or in groups or as a class. You can get points in different degrees.
yeah,
And
yeah,
and let me see what else did I find. And then it like gives you a spreadsheet. So like if you want to have a spreadsheet of information with all the data and everything of what of not just only it doesn't only just track behavior but also like attendance and like some
yeah,
other and
yeah,
and I like how you can add co-teachers as collaborators. So like if you have a teacher in a certain class, they can kind of give
yeah,
points, and then
yeah,
implement the system, and then it's available in multiple languages. Because when I was signing up for the Class Dojo, one of my there was already a teacher in my school that signed up with Class Dojo. So I was like, what?
all right.
It's available. So I'm like, other teachers um, can make use of it if they
Yeah,
kind of.
that's really good. I think, yeah, as a platform, I think it's has that ability to to incorporate a lot of people, which is great. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to be doing like consistent behavior across classrooms, so you can work with other teachers to track it and see if it's just happening in your classroom and not in someone else's. Then what's going on there? But actually, did you see on Class Dojo the thing, the video link? Well, the video they created around Carol Dweck's
No,
research.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know
There's
you.
what was the thing?
Um, I know you had mentioned on the list of advantages, but I didn't actually see it myself on there. I have to check it out.
Yeah, it was tucked away. It was tucked away, but not bad. Pretty good actually. I quite like it.
Yeah, but the one other thing is you don't have to use. You don't have to like. I mean, they do have an app, but you don't have to download an app. You can use it on like just a computer or just using a. But
Yeah. Okay, so what about the disadvantages?
I saw that like some people they had complaints with like as far as the public display of the points. Like a lot of the students that they got a minus point because for misbehavior.
Oh, I lost you. Hang on. I can't see you. I can't hear you. I don't know what happened. Hello. No, I can't. Let's see. All gone blank, black. But we're still live. It says. Yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. I can hear you now.
Okay, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay, hold on a second. Is it still live? If not,
I
I'm
think
sure.
so. It says it's live.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like supposed to be a certain color or okay.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I
Let
can't
me
see you, but I can hear you now, so that's good.
camera. I can you wait? Can you see me? Or no? Hold on a second. I thought I turned it on.
Oh, yep. Now I can.
Okay. Okay, good. But I know it cut off. I don't know if it's still on the video or not, but I was just saying the public display of especially with the
Mm,
misbehaviors, it might embarrass the student because it's done in front of everybody. Everybody can see it, and it kind of demotivates the students. So,
yeah.
just trying to find a way where you can like give that point, but or give that or without it uh, kind of backfiring in the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. I was also thinking, like going back to what you said before about how much time it takes to actually use in the
Yeah,
classroom. I think this would go for anything, but Class Dojo being so multifaceted, might it might save some time in certain areas, but also if you're going to be using it all the time, then it would take a lot of time to enforce.
yeah. I think it's just the practice and kind of because I know sometimes it's kind
Yeah.
of so many things to do in the class at once, so it's like trying to
Mm.
remember to make sure that you take the time to get those points or do things. But I think it just comes with time. You just with anything. Like,
Yeah. All right. Cool. So tell me a bit more about this teacher kit.
Teacher Kit, it also monitors behavior, and there you can also like do take attendance and issue grades, and there's a timetable for lessons, so you can like plan out your lessons,
Mm.
and it also collects student data, so um, and then you can transform them into graphs, and it's kind of simple graphs and like the same, you can add multiple classes, and then you can add a picture to each student, and it includes all of the contact information of the student, and it also includes contact information for the parents. So like it has a series of things that you can actually add slots to each of their contacts, and then it has notes where you can have notes for each student. Um,
Mm.
and then it also has like face recognition for the photos. So like if you take a group photo of your students, you don't have to like take each individual picture. You can kind of um, by face recognition assign the picture to that person. And let me see what else is there. Um, and it's available in multiple languages, so that's really good. It's not there's not any in Korean, but I know it's like English, Spanish, French, Arabic,
Yeah.
and other languages. But the only thing that was disadvantage for that was that it required downloading an app, but it wasn't really available on all platforms. It was like my tablet, my Samsung tablet, it wasn't compatible with it. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I kind of wanted to use it with that, but and
Yeah.
then
Right.
it did free account, so you have to purchase like in-app things. So that was the only thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
not really.
Okay. So they sort of reel you in a little bit, but then they try to get you to pay.
Yeah, and then the reports don't like you can send it to the parents, but it doesn't really show like what specific behavior that student exhibited. So like you can have like give them a negative behavior or like show that they had that, but it doesn't. It just shows like how many times they had a negative behavior. It didn't say like what specific behavior it was. So that was
Mm. It's just like you just know that your son or daughter was bad at school today for some reason.
yeah, basically.
All right. So what would be like? Do you think the biggest differences between it and Class Dojo? Would it be worth
Um,
taking
it's
over Class Dojo?
just how it looks, and then just the availability of like the different platforms that you can use it on. Is probably the biggest thing. But I think I like overall. I mean, I like some of the things on there, but overall, I really like Class Dojo much better. Just
Do you
for a
find that
lot of
this teacher kit would be better for a teacher to be reflective on their own teaching and not really using it like a classroom management thing?
well, I think so. Are you mean like Class Dojo or Teacher?
The teacher kit, I'm wondering whether it doesn't sound as though it's oh no, you've gone again. Oh no. Uh, come back. Oh no. Mm, Join the video. You there? Hello? Can't hear you. I can see your icon, but not your video. Ooh, I can see you, but I can't hear you. Ooh.
Wait, I clicked
No,
the button.
I got you now. I got you now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know what's going on. Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Yeah. We throw our hands up at that one.
I didn't hear your last question that you asked.
I was just saying, do you use TeacherKit in the same way as Class Dojo with the class to see, so the class can see their own behavioral feedback? Or is it more the teacher can just take that home and send it to the kids or send it to the parents separately?
I think you could, but it's like more of an app, so you can't really use it like on the computer. So
Okay.
I think it would be hard for the teacher and then to be able to like.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, but overall, I really like that. What about you? How about the app that you?
Instant Classroom, yeah. It wasn't very good. I mean, yeah, it's free, great, but all it really was a way to create a list of names in your classes and to randomize them if you want to, and to put them into a class, like a seating order. The only advantage was that it could have up to 100 students in each class, which I thought was a bit overkill, but maybe for some people that's like needed. Because I do know one guy from South Africa who said he had a class of about 60 to maybe 80 students in a high school class, which was ridiculous. I only thought they were in like lectures in university and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe that's worthwhile in that regard. It's a really old website though. It's not very user friendly. It's very clunky. I didn't really like it. What else? I mean, it's got some of the other standard stuff, like you can add photos to student names, so you can learn their names better and all of that. But that's it. Oh, actually, the other advantage I thought it might be useful for is actually in examinations, because if you have a big class hall to sit people down in individual seats and stuff like that, it might be easy to keep track of them by having their names sorted like that. But that's about it. Disadvantages wise, you can't track any behavior. You can create a list, but you have to do your own. Oh, you've gone again. No, come back. Oh, my computer's gone really hot. Come back. Come back. We're still live. Speakers. No, Khiana, where are you? Yeah. Maybe. Says you joined the call again. I don't know if you can hear or see me, but I can't see you and I can't hear you. Oh, I think I can hear you now. Try speaking again.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
Okay. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's weird.
It said something about it cut it off, and it said it cut off for authentication. Hold on a second.
Is this a thing? Because you're in Korea, right?
Yeah, I'm in Korea.
You don't have issues like in China, right?
No, no, we don't. Cause you know you got the. Hold on a second. No, I don't have issues like in Korea. I mean, I don't have any issues in Korea, but I don't know what's going on right now.
Oh well.
Okay, well maybe.
Well, I didn't have much to say anyway. It was all crap.
Okay, this app couldn't be opened because it isn't communicating properly with Google. Try again in case it's a temporary problem. Maybe it can just hear me, and maybe we can just finish it out with just the.
Yeah, because I think, yeah, exactly. Let's just do that. So
Okay.
overall, I definitely wouldn't use the last one, the instant classroom thing. It has nothing to really give over Class Dojo. So I would use Class Dojo, or at least try Class Dojo.
Yeah. Same here. I wouldn't use Teacher Kit when there's Class Dojo because it basically does the same thing, and it's available in different languages. So even if I wanted to send like things for my kids, you know, because they may not understand everything in English, or even to parents, like they can kind of. Because I looked at something and they gave kind of a form to sign up, and they had it in different languages. So that was really awesome. But yeah, overall, I think I would pick Class Dojo for monitoring student behavior, and I think it's a really great tool. I think we just have to learn how to use it and use it efficiently.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it is. I think it promotes promotes positive behavior. I think it promotes it more than it does the negative. And I think, you know, promoting positive, you know, you get positive behavior. So I think it's in trying to
I agree with you. Yeah, and I also think that it's one of those things that can help teachers think about and track things over longer periods of time, whereas if you have one class and you get caught in the moment, you think, oh, that was a bad class or a good class or whatever, but then it goes. And then the next day comes and you kind of forget about things. But this takes care of looking at things over time. So
yeah. And then just seeing how things grow. I think it's really good, you know, to see that and see like, oh, look at how the class was at the beginning of the year, and let's look at the things we have towards the end of the year. So I think it's really good to see that and see the growth in like student behavior.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. Sounds
all right.
Good. We did well. Thanks for organizing.
Cool difficulties. I'll be sure to contact you. But overall, I think it'll be all right. But we'll figure it out later.
If we have to do it again, we do it again. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you have a good night.
You too. Take care. Bye.